Judging by the title of the video, you're wondering why. Why did I quit music? Alright, let's get into it. So, for the most part, I'm a Muslim man, and I find that listening to music doesn't really give me the benefits that I need on a daily basis to be who I'm meant to be on within that daily basis. So, for the most part, it's been very distracting. It's been very limiting to really get to a place of understanding the things that I need to do on a daily basis without having outside influences get into my mind and my body to do certain things that I'm not normally doing. For example, there is a lot of songs, like the songs that I typically listen to is rap songs, R&B songs, anything that has to do with lovey-dovey or anything of that nature. That would be my sort of taste of music that I'll dive into. And from that, I noticed that, especially when it comes to R&B music, when we're on the sad side of things or something sad is going on, I will listen to that on the train ride back home. And it just makes me question certain things about if this person is being faithful, am I being faithful, am I doing the things that I need to be doing for myself to make sure that person feels loved and seen and respected in that way and, and heard overall. So for the most part, I was placing myself in an environment, in a mental space that really wasn't serving that. And from that, it really didn't allow me to be the best person I needed to be to just show up for myself. Because I do have this certain thought and this certain philosophy, certain code that I live by now is if I'm aiming to do things for myself first, then that's naturally going to diffuse amongst the people that's around me. So if I'm listening to sad music and it's bringing me down, that holds me back from getting up on a daily basis to do what I need to do and to reach my goals in a way that helps align other people with what they have going on for themselves. And with that, I've noticed taking a little step, from that, and then just replacing with the Quran, a lot of recitations, a lot of Islamic teachings, a lot of just listening to the talks that the Islamic scholars would give. Definitely has changed my perception on just certain things. Like, wow, like this is so crazy. This is and it's cool and it's really amazing. Alhamdulillah. Like I'm really happy to be more of a space now where I can just take that break and replace that with stuff that allows me to, be of who I'm meant to be. So I'm noticed now I'm more into more podcasts, the Islamic podcast. I'm into more motivational podcasts, even if it doesn't have to do with Islam. It's just replacing those things with things that allow me to grow mentally and, of course, have things help me serve. Like, if I'm going to the gym, I'd rather not listen to a Playboy Cardi song or a Lil Uzi song. Like, I'd rather just be within my mind and be within an environment of the sounds that's going on to just get that natural feel for things and allow that to be my push to get that weight off my chest or get it off my back if I'm squatting or depending on what I'm doing on that particular day. And for the most part, it's really allowed me to become more humble, less arrogant, and more confident. Because there's definitely a difference. And I think for the most part, if there is someone that's walking with arrogance, they're not really being themselves. They're trying to be themselves. They're trying to impress others. They're trying to just be like, oh, very boastful. They're trying to be like, oh, I'm very prideful, and these things that doesn't allow them to be who they need to be. But if I'm confident, even if I don't have a lot of information on the things that I don't know, I won't necessarily answer to certain things. Like I'll do what I need to do to gain that information to then come back and address the question or whatever thought I may have had from just lacking in that department. So it's freed me up to a point where I have a lot more space now, a lot more mental clarity to just be in the zone. Like, wow, I really enjoy like just staying away from music. Like music is cool and all, for the people that create it, because that's their way of art. I feel like my way of art is through writing, creating content, and reading, and then doing so many other things that just puts me in a place of just creating. And of course, going to the gym as well too, and playing basketball, just seeing certain things, seeing how certain plays can go out. It's been my way of life, and I want to capitalize more within that, like on a higher level, to just see how that transform me, and it brings me up to a point where I can be grateful for the things that I have now, and then go past that beyond, because I'm getting rid of these distractions or things that doesn't allow me to be who I'm meant to be. And I'd say I don't know how open you are to just taking that step away, but it's definitely freed up a lot of things, a lot of perceptions that I would have normally have had in dealing with other people of color, women of color, um, and I'm just just being more in tune with that nature, just understanding like I kind of see where this sort of divide is of this tribalism of, oh, we can't mess with that side, we can't do with that side because they're from there or they have that on, they have this color on. It's like, I don't really care about the colors in that, you feel me? I'm trying to just make sure that I'm alive and the other person is alive too, in which I'm not inflicting harm on them and they're not inflicting harm on me. Because yeah, like I want to live. I got big goals and have big dreams. Excuse me, and I can't necessarily do that if I'm tuning into this sort of frequency that holds me down as a black man, as an African man, especially as a man of faith. Within Islam. Like I said, alhamdulillah, like I'm just grateful to now be in that position and to just see how that really expands, see how that develops for me within these next couple of years. Because I feel like this is something I can keep doing until I die. You feel me? Inshallah, that's what I want. And eventually, once I do get married and have my wife, children, and stuff like that, they're able to see that a lot of these things in the way I am within that future self of me comes from decisions that I'm making now. So it's all about just looking out for my future self and then my future self looking back like, yeah, you made a good decision, boy. You know what I'm saying? Keep it going. And yeah, like, honestly, I feel like that's all I have to say. Just wanted to create this little video and hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully you're able to gain something from it. I think I might make this a little bit more consistent. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But when I create, that's when I'm going to put it out. So, yeah, thank you for joining and listening to this little talk of mine. All right, peace.